What's up, guys? It's Brian Ozone here, and we are about to do our first Facebook Live session of the Masters of the Galaxy podcast. So we're going to give it a whirl. We're going to see what's happening. I'm waiting for my partner in crime to show up, John the Miz. I was actually laying on the couch. I didn't know it was so quick to 7 o'clock, past 7 o'clock already. So, here he is. Here comes the Miz. But yeah, I it's my fault. Sorry, guys. I wasn't paying attention. I thought it was earlier. And then I turned over and looked at the cable box and it said 7:07. I said, oh, shit, I got to get upstairs and do this.
I'm sideways.
And there he is. What's up?
Not much, man. How about yourself?
Living large, man. Living large. I lost track of time. I was just telling everybody that I didn't know it was 7 past 7 by the time I looked at the clock. So
that's all right. I prepared, and then Facebook Live would not let me use my phone sideways. So I got to adjust this little stand. Give me a second. I'll stop messing with everybody.
Take your time. Take your time, bro.
I think that'll work.
Do you have a stand for it, or you just prop it up?
No, I got 2 little tripods I bought.
Oh, look at you.
Listen,
all fancy.
I go all out for you guys, you know?
Yeah.
There we go. I like this.
Yeah, this is cool.
I'm the man in the box
cool.
here.
All right there, Lane.
Oh, look at this. We got comments.
Yes, it's a good thing. It's finally, we get to interact with the fans on a good way, so like as we're speaking, we can see what they feel, what they think, and how they react, whether it's good, bad. To me, it doesn't matter, guys. It's all feedback. It's all good. We can build on it, and don't hold back, something you don't like, something you want to say, throw us a comment. We can see them now.
Yeah, somebody throw a comment. Let us know if these are working.
Yeah, well, I got Cassandra is watching and Mike is watching.
Hey, what's up, Mike Woods?
Yeah, so let's see if anybody else comes on.
Hey.
And if not,
hey, whatever. All right, we got
it's our show.
No, this is cool, man. Hey, you promised people music. What are you playing? I got banned from Facebook the other day for doing live videos a while ago for playing music, so you better pick well.
What do you mean?
If you play somebody else's music, and Facebook picks up on it because they listen to us, they block you from going live for a few days. Hey, what's up, JD? Yeah, so you got some instrumental stuff or whatever, you can play it, man. I'll listen.
No, I don't have anything here in my room. Like I said, everything's downstairs in the He-Man room that's destroyed. So.
Oh man, I cannot wait. As we were speaking today about Cassandra and I are finally coming down to New York City.
And we're definitely going to hook up.
Yes. So I think we're on a one-day bus trip.
Okay.
So I think we're down there for like 8 hours. So I know Brian invited us to come see his collection in his house. I don't know if we'll have time in that time short period, but we are going to get together by where you live. Yeah. And we're going to go live.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do a quick toy hunt or something, or just take a little walk around the city. Something. Anything.
Where are you just coming down here and then going back home, or are you staying?
Yeah, it's just a bus trip for the day.
Oh, I thought you guys were staying for 8 days. I thought
no,
it must have been 8 hours.
I wish, like 8 hours.
I got confused. All right.
What's up, Jonathan Buck? This is fantastic. We got comments. We got people.
Yeah, we got the famous Tom Ace watching. What's going on, Tom?
Tom Ace.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So I mean, where are they dropping you off? The Grand Central Terminal or something?
Cassandra knows. She's watching. Cassandra, where are they dropping us off? I have no clue. She says, hey, let's go to New York City. I say, all right, let's go.
Yeah. Give us a comment, Cassandra. Let us know where you're at.
So this is cool.
Yeah, because let me know where you're gonna go, because then I can map out a little adventure maybe we can take, visit some stores or whatever, if they're still there, because a lot of them shut down and closed. There was actually this pretty cool toy shop. There's 2 in the city. There was Love Saves the Day, which is short for it's long for LSD, if you get it. That was the eBay store before eBay came out. Like, you'd go there, bro, you tell him you want this, he got it.
What was that? What? I didn't quite hear.
I said if you needed something back in the day before computers, that was the store to go to, you know?
What was the bay, though?
What do you mean?
You said, what bay?
The East Bay.
eBay. I'm going to mess with you every time you say that.
But seriously, no, this store was great because that's, like I mentioned, I'm a huge Secret Wars fan. And they made 3 European exclusives. They made Iceman, Electro, and Constrictor, and I was able to get them through that store. So, again, this is going to come all into effect again if they do go into retail with the figures.
Oh my God!
You know, you're gonna have to make not men's, but you're gonna have to make friends. You're gonna have to make alliances. You're gonna have to make
shell out some cash.
Exactly. You're gonna have to fork over an envelope to the manager, so when they get that box in, they put it to the side for you.
Listen, I'm not afraid to tickle a few palms for my He-Man. All right, as weird as that may sound.
No, that's the thing. Well, you know, that's part of that's to me. You know, it's cool to jump store to store all day, but then after a while, it's like if you're spending all this money on gas and maybe tolls, and you're coming up empty-handed, it's not worth it. So what I do is there's Toys R Us in Valley Stream, Long Island, that's close, and there's the Toys R Us in Metropolitan Avenue that's close. So I had, at the time, at 2000, I had the managers both in my pocket.
Oh, man.
But, you know, I had to shell out some money, you know what I mean? But they kept the cases for me. I opened the cases up. I had first grabs, and then they put the things on the pegs after I got what I wanted. But the thing with that is that more than none. I'm not saying it right, but I think there weren't many figures that I needed because the case ratios was so bad. It was just ridiculously bad. So that's my fear for going to retail again. I don't, you know, if you're gonna have a box of 10 or 12, you don't need. Let's just say 4. I think I believe it was like 12 or 14 figures.
Yep.
Towards the end per case. 10 of them, which would be the spin blades. You know, half scale. 5. You'd have 5 Skellies, 5 He-Mans, and then they'd throw in like a Ram Man or a Tila, and you know those are the guys that everybody runs for. So it's always good to have in-house guys on your team to look out for that stuff. And you know I mean. They're doing their job. You're just giving them extra, you know, just to look out for you. So but if you're an ultimate collector like I am and need everything, it pays off because if you look at the long run and you just go straight to your arch nemesis Evil Bay, you're gonna shell out a lot more than what you should. So it has its ups, you know.
Oh,
it definitely has its ups. You know, and I miss that. But at the same time, I don't miss it, you know? Yeah. Now that I have 2 little kids, we actually took them upstate to the Polar Express Saturday. Really? I believe it was in Harrington. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if you ever seen the movie, but they reenact the movie.
We have a 5-year-old.
They reenact the movie. Yeah, you know, they give us the hot chocolate on the train and cookies, and the bum comes on. And then
the bum.
Yeah. And then we stop. Santa gets on the train from the North Pole. Then we go back. He hands out the bells. It was cool. Going there wasn't so bad. Coming home kind of blew.
Yeah.
We hit traffic left and right.
Oh,
yeah,
I bet.
Yeah, we even ended up eating at one of the rest stops because it was just like, we were going to go out to eat to a restaurant, but we couldn't find any, so we were just like, the hell with this, we'll go home. But first we did check Walgreens to see if my son's a huge, if and when you come here, you'll see, the kid's got more wrestling toys than Mattel probably has in their warehouse.
Dude, I can't wait to see this mythical house of Ozone. Yeah. Dude, just seeing that cluttered picture you posted on Facebook, I could just see the little gems that were glowing through that pile. of stuff that.
Yeah, man, you're gonna definitely have fun in there. I mean, everybody that comes, even if they're not like a huge fan like us, you know, they still pick up the toys and play with them, you know, because they still have that little kid at heart. And they can't believe how well structured and good they were, because they kind of resemble the old style, but then again, they're not. So it's weird, but I like them. I love them. I love them.
There's two things that have amazed me this year. Seeing Cassandra collect now, and seeing
an A+.
And seeing a few other pictures posted on Facebook, but watching her post a picture on Facebook, you know, while she was out grocery shopping,
right?
She sends a picture of the little Mega Constructs in her shopping cart. Hey, look what I found.
The He-Man Skeletor?
Yeah. Look what I found.
Yeah.
Now, as you know, if you go into any Walmart where they're selling them, that shit's way in the back. You're out.
Is it really?
You're out grocery shopping, and the first thing you gravitate towards is the toy aisle as a grown woman.
Right.
Out shopping for food. The only thing in her cart, the picture of was the Mega Constructs.
Really? Your woman just said I'm playing the podcast for everybody in her brother's hospital.
Yes, her brother's had back surgery today. So Nick, if you're watching, hey, welcome to Masters of the Galaxy, you nerd.
Nick, speedy recovery, man. Speedy recovery. I hope you get better, bro.
And he's a Cowboys fan, so F him.
Oh yeah, big time. My buddy Mike, what's up, Regan? Thanks for tuning in.
Hey, Joe Carson's got a question for you. How did you get into collecting, Brian?
Okay, well,
this is beautiful.
When I was a kid growing up, for some strange reason, I always told my mother never throw anything out, because I always said they may be worth money one day. But the thing with my mother was, you know, first it was Star Wars and He-Man. Well, no, back it up. First was the Migos. I had the Batman Migos. I had all the Migos, and I took them everywhere, no matter where that was like my teddy bear, my Batman Migo. So I got into Migos, because that's pretty much all we had back then. What's that?
That was a Dallas Cowboys star for Nick.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Nick. I want you to get better, but the Cowboys is just no damn good up here. This is Giants country.
Brian's a native New Yorker, so I'm sorry. The Amiibos?
The what?
You're collecting? How you got into collecting?
Oh, the Migos. I thought you said Amigos. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, what are you talking about? So I grew up, you know, I'm born in 78, child of the 70s, and we had the Migos, you know, pretty much the first action figures ever made. So it went from the Migos to Star Wars, He-Man, Transformers, then later on Thundercats, of course G.I. Joe, Superpowers. I mean, the list goes on and on. The only thing that stuck with me was He-Man throughout the years. I didn't collect them my teenage years because I was, you know, being a teenager, drinking, you know, drugging and stuff like that. So all my money went to that, hanging out, girls, you know, this and that. But then again, I think I said this last week or the following week before, it was Christmas time when the 2-packs of He-Man and Skeletor came out in 2002.
Oh, my God.
And the girl I was with at the time, we were in Target, and she says, you want me to get that for you? Because I was staring at it, you know. I was thinking, I didn't know they were coming out, you know. And I was like, no. I was like, no, you don't understand what can of worms you're going to open with that. Lo and behold, she got them for me. I believe that was a Friday or a Thursday. So that entire weekend, I was out. I slept at her house. She lives all the way out in the island, exit 63 on the LIE. On my way home, I bounced in and out of every Toys R Us I could find. And I believe the first wave was like, it was like 3 and 3. I think it was Skeletor, Merman, maybe Beastman, I want to say. The good guys was He-Man, Man-at-Arms, and I believe another He-Man. I don't think, Stratos. It was Stratos. I'm sorry. But, you know, I said don't buy me it. Don't get me that 2-pack. You're just seriously going to open up a can of worms. And honestly, from that day till right now, I've been collecting, online searching, you know, making contacts, networking, doing stuff like this podcast. I had my own website for a while. Things like that, you know. I just went absolutely insane. You know, I got one of those not disorderly
addictive personalities.
Yeah, more than less. Yeah. And I knew that if I got the 2-pack, I knew I'd have to keep going on with the line, which I did. And I completed the line. And then they came out classics, which I'm not complaining at all. The last, 7, 8, 10 years? No, longer than that. I mean, since 2000, I believe that's when the commemoratives came out. Yep. So, you know, we're going on 18 years of new material. Can't beat that.
Do you collect do you collect the classics as well?
I have every classics figure in the box and out of the box, and some I may have triples and quadruples.
Where do you see this collection, Gibson? J.D. Gibson had asked if you collect the classics, so that's what that was for.
Oh, dude, I have 2 Castle Grayskulls. I mean, I have like 4 Wind Raiders, 3 or 4 Rotons.
How's bragging camp?
What's that?
I said, how's bragging camp?
What do you mean?
I'm saying how many of each thing you have.
No. Well, you asked. I'm just saying what I got.
This is what I love about you. You're so passionate, and you're so for the community and so for the groups that doesn't even faze you. I love that. I love that about you. You're like, what? Well, I'm just telling you. You asked.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I don't like to brag or put my stuff in people's faces. Yeah, I know, but I'm not like that. Because, you know, there's people out there that may not be able to collect like I can. So that's why I don't like to do stuff like that. You know, like, you know, there's definitely collectors out there that I know that even when I go to cons and stuff, you can see, like, there's certain things they want, you know, and a couple of times I went up to them, like, I'll spot you the money, man, you know, and they're like, no, it's cool, you know. So, you know, it is what it is, but,
remember, the first figure's free.
Yeah, right.
What's up?
Remember where you got it from and come back for more.
What's up, Gefter? No. We got Motu Gefter hanging out in the room.
All right, what's up, bro?
Try opening your eyes, bro.
But yeah, I mean, you know, it just is. I always, you know, I got sucked back in 2002. I missed the initial wave of commemoratives. I actually passed on them because they were the same exact mold as the originals, you know, and there was nothing really new to them that came with it, you know, just that new packaging. So I passed on it at the time. I did get them later on. I did get the 2, 4, 5 packs, whatever they are. I did get the 2 cats with Skeletor and He-Man. The only other thing that I want from that set is the Castle Grayskull. That's the only other thing that I want that I'd like to get. Other than that, I don't really need the figure. I have the original figures, you know, so I don't really need that.
No, dude, that's awesome. Like I said, you're talking about the 2000X and the commemorative, and I told you last time we had the podcast, I did the same thing. I saw them in Walmart one day out shopping, and I said, what the F? When did He-Man come back? I saw the commemoratives, and I saw the 2000X, and I had an empty grocery cart, and the next thing you know, I had $300 worth of He-Man in it.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Yeah. I mean, it's sick. And like I said, like there's 2 toy stores, comic book stores. Well, let me rephrase that. There was 2 toy stores and 1 comic book store called St. Mark's Comics. They always go to New York Comic Con. They have a lot of toys too.
Yep.
So we can, if we're gonna meet up in the city, I'll take you there. It's in the Village.
Oh yeah.
Then we had, like I said, LSD Love Saves the Day, which was amazing. They had the Kiss pinball machine in the store that you can play. That's the place that I always went to. That was the place before eBay. you could find everything and anything in there. I mean, everything. They had Yak Face, you know, the hard to find to get original line 1 from Star Wars, mint in the package that they sold overseas. There was another shop. I don't know the name of it. I don't even know if it's still there. It may be there. I remember the guy being extremely old. The last time I went there was a long, long time ago. Because my friend actually was stealing something when we were in there. The guy chased us. He didn't get it back. He didn't find it because my friend hid it well. But you know, I avoided it for a while because I don't want to go in there and the guy's over my neck, you know, looking and stuff. So
absolutely. What's up, Carmocha?
Now, if it's open, you know, it's a cool place. They have a lot of cool stuff in there. They have a lot. Well, they did. I don't know about now, but they had a lot of mint on card, like mint on card, not fucking a bubble on a card that's smashed, ripped, and torn,
yellowed, legs hanging off. Yeah, garbage.
Yeah, none of that. None of that. I know they had a lot of vintage, complete with all the accessory figures that would, you know, the joints were tight, you know. So, if, you know, that store might still be there. I know Love Saves the Day is completely gone, which is a shame. That place was amazing. If there was anything you wanted, anything you needed, they were able to pinpoint it and get it for you.
That's
it was
awesome,
great.
Man.
Well, yeah, that place was great.
So, well, like I said, man, that's awesome, and I can't wait to do that. The great thing here, you know, you're part of the Great Unboxing, one of the other groups I started. Like you're saying, showing all these toys. We want to do a live. We want to go to Toy Hunt. We want to go out and we want to take the, you know, the Masters of the Galaxy with us. We want to throw on a live vid, and hey guys, look where we are. This is what we're checking out and showing you guys certain things that people not from New York can see or from other states. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
It's more of a learning process.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like things like this, like podcasts or whatever we're doing now, whatever.
We're live on Facebook.
Yeah. You know, you get to the point where you want to teach, you want to expand, you want people to know and learn and know what to look out for. You know, you want to. Well, that's just me. I like to give knowledge. You know, as a plumber, when I first was coming up as a plumbing helper, I worked with mechanics, bro, that would hide everything. They wouldn't let you see what they were doing and how they were doing because they were afraid of, you know, losing their job to me. I mean, and I told one of the guys, I said, you know, I just fucking started. You're in the business for over 40 years. How am I going to steal your job? You have 40, 50 years of knowledge, man.
Correct.
You know? I'm not here to gun your job. I'm here just to do my job, and I want to learn as much as I can. So, you know, people, you know, the more you put in, the more you get out, I guess. You know, like the old saying.
You just epitomized everything I love about you. Not in a weird way, but as a collector, as a person who started a group, as part of the community, you have the same feeling that I share. I'm not here to bring people over and say, hey, this is my group. This is what we do. You can't do it outside of this group. You can't do any.
Right.
This is our community. This is us. This is Masters of the Universe. You know, other associated toy lines, but mainly Masters of the Universe. This is what I'm here for. This is what makes me thrive. This is what makes me want, and I'm passionate about. I want to see all groups. I want to see the relevance of the community and the toy line and the movies all come back and be shared amongst all people, all groups, whatever makes the community stronger. And that's what I love about you, sir. Throwing it out there.
Well, no, I listen, I appreciate it. And, you know, but that's a point where I believe that we should stand.
Absolutely.
You know, it's just like even the mafia has sit-downs. You know, they hate each other's guts and put hits on each other, but yet they'll sit down civilized, talk things out, try to make things, you know, go smoother. I mean, listen, people have different pages. That's great. That's fine.
Absolutely.
And, you know, the members here or wherever, they're allowed to roam, go anywhere else.
Absolutely.
I'm not looking for 100% allegiance. You don't need to take an oath. You don't need to be, you know, just dedicated to here. I appreciate everybody who comes here.
Absolutely.
And again, I'll give you as much knowledge that I know that I can remember with my burnout head. But unity. Strength comes in numbers.
Absolutely.
And if we can all some one day maybe see eye to eye with everything, it'll be a good thing for the community. That for me, first and foremost, is the community.
Exactly,
and
Joe.
if there wasn't a community, and why the hell would I be doing this every time? Why would you be doing it?
Exactly. Us two assholes wouldn't be on here live rambling on.
No.
We haven't even covered
No, man.
shit we put up in the promo.
I know. I do it for the love of the community and the property, and it's something I love to do. I look forward to doing it. I've been doing podcasts now. I think 2 years we're doing this now, 1.5 years, whatever. I've been doing it, and I love it. It's absolutely great because I may be wrong. Somebody will give you the right answer. Listen, I'll swallow my pride. I have no ego. I'm just like everybody else. I make mistakes. And I want to learn. I want to learn everything. I want to be able to be a walking encyclopedia about masters.
I am the furthest from. I may collect. I love the property. I've collected it. But like I said, I couldn't tell you about the mini comics. I couldn't tell you about all the storylines. I just knew that when I saw them, I loved them as a child. I love them now.
Them. Yeah.
I collect them. I have an entire He-Man room here. I've started groups. I'm doing podcasts. I started a website. It's like. I'm learning as we go, and I never say, hey, I know everything. There's people school me every day.
No.
I love that. I love learning something new all the time.
Whoever tells you that they know everything, they know jack shit, in my eyes. They don't know. They may scratch the surface, but there's no. They don't have the contacts or the people to talk to get the real story.
Yep.
There's plenty of people in the community that I guess you can say are like higher or whatever on the food chain. And, I talk to them, and they say the same thing. So you kind of got to know your place. You don't want to overstep boundaries.
Nope.
You want to have fun. You want to go with the flow. And if you do that, it's fun for everybody.
Absolutely.
No confrontations, no BS, no attitudes. Just have fun with the property. Just like, you, the guy next to me over here, the guy over just everybody has fun doing it, And that just makes the property and the community even stronger than before.
And that's the goal, and that's what I've always thought as well. I said when I started doing the waffle groups, when I got back into collecting 1.5 years ago, I said I will do this until it stops being fun. It's not stop. Right. It's only grown exponentially. It's every day it's more fun. Now my girlfriend's collecting. Now her daughter knows what He-Man is.
Listen, it's like I said the other day to you. Right. It's like I said the other day. It's like, you're my Paul McCartney. I was always looking for, that John Lennon, Paul McCartney, Gene Simmons, Bill Stanley, Garvin, Simon and Garfunkel. When you get somebody that's
like-minded,
that's on the same page as you. Yeah, like-minded and kindred spirits. Yep. And you're gonna it's good because you have somebody to bounce ideas off against. You have somebody that will criticize you. That's not cool. That's not right.
Exactly. And not be afraid to speak openly. As we do through conversations. I tell you things, you tell me things.
Exactly.
We critique each other.
Yeah, and that's good. And, to me that builds a friendship even more because if you're able to do stuff like that, it's more of a respect thing because, A, you don't want the guy looking like a jackass, and B, you care about the guy.
Absolutely.
You don't want anything happening to the guy,
Listen,
so
I got my mind set on you.
All right, George. I was actually singing that yesterday.
No, what you're saying is correct. To me, right now, this is probably, I think, my 6th podcast with you. As everybody who doesn't know, I hunted Brian down from one of my groups about maybe less than a year ago. I put a wanted poster out for him. He joined Aaron Johnson's group, Lucky Legends, and I was a little jealous. I was like, "What the f? What am I not good enough?" So I put a wanted poster out.
But at that point, you were just a myth. I knew nothing of the. I knew nothing. I knew your name, but I did not. I didn't know you.
Yeah, who is this pun? Who is this guy?
But, you know, when you put that Wanted picture out, man, I couldn't stop laughing. I was like, this is the most funniest thing ever.
And that's what it was for.
It's good.
That's what it was for.
And it's good.
It was to show you that, hey,
Hook.
I take it seriously. I wanted you as part of the group. You came and joined.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's, you know, it's fun. That's you know, some people may have a different reaction, like, what is this guy, a joker?
Yeah.
It's not funny. It's all in fun, man. Yeah. It's all in fun.
You know what I say to that? I don't give enough. I'm having fun. You're having fun. The people involved that we knew in the groups had fun with it. They know who I am. They know what I do. You'll see. I put promos up every day for stupid stuff, you know?
I see it. Yeah, you know? I see it. But it's good. It keeps the morale good, you know?
I want to keep the community active. You know, Masters of the Galaxy, you've got so many members. Let's get them active. Let's get them out there and doing stuff.
If it's not fun doing, then it's not worth doing at all.
Yeah, and there's no
that's the way I look at things.
There's no pressure to do it.
And it's not like we're getting paid to do this. It's not like we're getting anything under the table. We're not getting free toys. We're doing this because we love to do it.
Do you guys see the wood panel in the background? Do you see the wood paneling? We ain't getting paid for this.
Yeah, exactly. It's out of love, you know.
Absolutely, man.
I got 2 kids downstairs that are young that want to play with me, you know. But I do this every Monday, you know. And it's a lot of fun to do it. I love doing podcasts. And now, especially since we got this with the what's it called? The comments.
Oh,
now
great.
We can see.
Joe Carson's asking more questions. He says, what are your thoughts about the 87 Masters movie starring Dolph Lundgren?
Well, Joe, I think I have to say I thought it was great at the time when I saw it. I saw it the first day it came out.
Thank you, Jay.
And a week before, the movie theater that I went to was in Valley Stream in the Green Acres Mall. They had a shooting. So what they did was they put up metal detectors. And I was like so annoyed because it took forever to go through these damn things. Because at that time, like everything was super sensitive. You know, belt buckles, but not belt buckles. Your pants buckle, your pants zipper, things of that nature. You know, and it's just like I'm a little kid. I'm not stealing or going to hurt anybody. I'm here to watch He-Man like any other kid, you know? But, you know, it's, the movie, I enjoyed it. To this day, I still pop it in once in a while. I just put it on, I believe, this weekend that passed or the past weekend, 2 weeks ago. You know, I watch it every so often. Oh, geez, what happened the other day? Oh, I got, like I said, I bought the Attorney and Guard props from the '87 movie. I have the full outfit.
Really?
Yeah.
Come on.
It's on. I bought a mannequin. I put it on a mannequin.
If I come to your house, I'm putting that shit on. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
The only thing, you're going to laugh when you see how they put this stuff together. It's a pair of Nikes with, like, plastic things. It's crazy. But the only thing that I'm upset about it is that the visor is cracked, and that's the way I got it. So, but yeah, it's got the sneakers, it's got the legs, it's got a jacket, it's got gloves, it's got this weird belt. Again, like I said, it has the helmet. It has... And then it doesn't have the Attorney and Guard's gun. It has one of the shock troopers' guns. So I bought all that. I forget from who. I'm sorry. If you're listening, I apologize. I'm just
what's up, Caleb?
Names. Yo, what's up, bro?
This was awesome. It's so nice to see comments. So nice to see the people watching enjoying, man.
Yeah, it's really cool. So I with that, it came with a CEO, you know, certificate of authenticity. I went back. I looked into the movie. It's there. You know, I didn't get ripped off.
Good for you.
It's yeah. Like I said, I got a mannequin. I put it on the mannequin. I painted Ace Frehley's face paint on the face.
I want to see this shit, man. This is stuff you got to post, man. You got to post these pictures on Masters of the Galaxy. I'm working. Yeah. I'm working on you. You went live today. You talked about the Cyber Monday deal. Dude, I love it. I love that you're coming on live.
I didn't even get anything. I'll be honest with you.
I didn't buy spit either. I spent all day making I was at work. I made promos. Right. I was talking to you.
Right. So. Yeah, no, I was hoping for some good deals, but I didn't see any, man. So I didn't buy anything. I passed. But yeah, that was a good opportunity for people to catch up if they didn't have the figures too.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, they did good.
Mr. Ozone.
Yeah.
Would you like to cover one of the two of the topics we mentioned today, or do you want to?
Damn, you're demanding today. Sure, let's do it.
No, I wanted to cover.
Yeah, let's go.
You posted up the pictures of your Hallmark, your Christmas tree ornaments, the Hallmark ornaments.
Yes.
Some dick, Joe Amato.
He's a real tool.
I love Joe. Joe and I talk on the phone occasionally, and the one thing I told Joe, I said, man, you talk to me like my friends talk to me. We treat each other like shit, and I respect that. So he talks to me like that on Facebook. I appreciate that. But he posted up and said, hey, that those were the only 2 licensed items that were actually made. I said, okay, well, you know what? That was my education today. That was great.
What are you talking about? What two?
The 2 Hallmark items, the He-Man Skeletor.
The ornaments.
Yes. So
what did he say about them?
He said they were the only 2 officially licensed ornaments, like Christmas ornaments.
Yes, that's true.
I didn't know that. And that's the great thing about Joe.
Yes.
Joe knows a lot of stuff, and I appreciate that. So what I commented back to that was, hey, you know what? Okay, we had asked people on Masters of the Galaxy, post up pictures of your Motu ornaments. So now knowing that, I replied back, hey, make an ornament. Post up whatever you've used. I don't care if it's a Motu head or whatever.
Right.
Your Christmas tree, like you said. Let's see your Masters of the Universe themed Christmas tree. I've put stuff over the years on our Christmas tree. Cassandra and I bought an Etsy, a little medallion I posted up on Masters of the Galaxy in the Great Unboxing. We want to see your Christmas trees and your ornaments there. So same thing with Masters of the Galaxy. Guys, post them up, man. Make something. Create something.
Yeah.
We welcome all of that, man. That we want to see all what you guys are doing. We want to get to know you, the Masters of the Galaxy community. There's so many people.
And the thing is too is competition. Even if it's friendly competition, we're not looking for vulgarity or bad. It's just competition. You show yours. This guy is like, I could take that and do this, and it's that's good. I want that to happen. I want to see that in the Facebook page because it just helps everybody get more involved. Yeah. It's just really, really cool. It's really cool to do.
Healthy competition.
That's the word. And it's just pure out fun, man.
Hell yeah, man.
We don't have an Elf on the Shelf for adults, but now we have She-Ra on the shelf, which works.
You brought me right to it. She-Ra on the shelf. Man, look, I'm like a walking promo for bullshit. So as Brian led into this, we had talked about the last podcast, and I posted up something like 2 weeks ago, but we're kicking off She-Ra on the shelf. Cassandra Proc, who's an admin here at Masters of the Galaxy, Motu Evo on my waffle group, Most Powerful Waffles and the Great Unboxing. We're kicking off She-Ra on the shelf, and it's open to all groups. We're asking that you post your pictures. I don't care what group you're from. Post them up. Tag myself. Tag Brian. Tag Cassandra. I will grab all of them over this next month. We're going to judge it on the Great Unboxing, I think, is how I worded it. But I'm going to have Brian's input. I'm going to have the guys from the Great Unboxing admins, myself, Cassandra, and I'm going to put up a prize, right after Christmas for the best She-Ra on the shelf picture. All we ask is that you keep it between, somebody laughed at this, PG-13 and soft R-rated.
R negative.
Soft R negative, because there's going to be some kids involved. We have a 5-year-old. We have children. Involve them. Make it a family thing, man.
But you don't even have to go that far with that.
You don't.
Because it's really,
you don't.
Well, I mean, unless you're doing some provocative fucking doggy style things.
No one's judging if you do.
Yeah, I mean, just keep it clean, man. And and you can do more than one. You can do one every day, 2 every day. Just do it.
Exactly.
Just keep doing them. Send them in.
Post them up.
Just make. And then, we'll post, post them on the Facebook page. Tag us in it, please.
Yeah.
Tag all three of us, Cassandra, John, I.
Yep.
So we know it's there. I mean, some days I'm hectic. I can't even look at my phone.
Same way. When you can't, I'm gonna put them all in a folder, and we're gonna look at them at the end of December.
Yeah.
And we'll pick, like a first, second, third. I'm gonna put up the prizes, no problem. That's on me because Cassandra had the great idea. And I ran with it.
I probably have something too. I can throw in without a doubt.
And if you don't know Brian's collection, you definitely want something he's going to throw in.
Yeah, I got some. I have to have something somewhere to put it in.
1,500 pictures. Who cares? We'll judge them all, JD. We'll take a look at every one of them.
I'm sure we got the space in the folders. I mean, we haven't really used any of that stuff, so there's definitely got to be space.
I got you covered on that, and we can cover it, no problem.
It's a great idea, and it'll only be successful if everybody enjoys it and plays along and
absolutely have fun with it
and has fun. Just don't be too vulgar. There are some kids on here. I'm not saying keep it clean, but. Because we are adults, so we are allowed to have fun as well.
Exactly. Use your best judgment.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there are little kiddies on here, and they are looking, but again...
But I will say, if your best judgment has landed you in jail, then use your friend's best judgment.
Good advice. Good advice. Yeah.
December 1st. It kicks off December 1st.
It's going to sound like it's going to be a really cool contest. I don't believe I ever heard anybody else ever doing something like this, any other pages or websites. So we're venturing in new waters, new territory, and it would be great if everybody from, the Galaxy page, the unboxing page,
any page,
waffle page, and then expansion, every other page. You don't have to, even though you're a member of another page, you can still come here. You can still go to the Great Unboxing. You can still join other.
Exactly.
I'm a member of everything.
Yes, he is.
I may not. I may not. Some feel my presence more than others, but I don't always post. Because at work I just scroll down. Look at everything. Yep. But I do see everything. And hey, listen. The more you put in, the better your chances of winning are. Yep. So.
And I'm the same way, dude. I tell you, I'm admin in maybe 5 or 6 groups, and the same thing. I don't contribute as much in every group, but like you said, I do see it all.
It's all there.
That's how life is. Unfortunately, to me, this is my escape from my reality. This is where I come to enjoy, relax, and forget about all the workaday shit, all the drama and stress. I don't want to see that in these groups. I'm in these groups for the fun and the love.
Yeah, that's why the constant theme for the past couple of weeks with you and I is if it's not fun, it's not worth doing anymore.
Absolutely.
We're not getting paid, we're not getting endorsed, we're paying out of our pockets to get
put up
these things
prizes
published.
Or do whatever just to have fun.
Yeah, and I'm not looking for a pat on the back. I'm just letting you guys know this is what we have to do to keep it going. We're fans, and we want to keep it going because we want everybody involved. We want everybody to still have fun with the stuff.
Oh yeah.
And you kind of have to get creative with it because who the hell knows if Maddie is done? Well, Maddie is done, but now I'm talking about Mattel.shop.com. I mean, all these places are in jeopardy. I went on Maddie on Sunday, and the amount of Masters of the Universe stuff that they have is like nothing, man. It's insane of the amount of stuff that they don't have anymore. I mean, it's completely bonkers, man. I mean, this stuff should all be they should be packed with stuff.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
But they're not, And the thing with that too is like if you go to Target and they don't have it, you get a rain check. They'll give it to you, but they'll also tell you, we may never get this thing back in. So.
Don't talk Target. I just went and got a Barbie Dreamland camper for Cassandra and girl. Holy shit! I went on Black Friday. Woo! I stood in the dog food aisle to stand in line. 45 minutes in line holding this giant dream camper.
It's huge, yeah. I gave up on that Black Friday. I try to get everything done as soon as I possibly can because people are rude. They'll steal shit from your hands, your cart.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. This is a funny story. I remember when the Star Wars episode 1 came out.
Yep.
Toys R Us had the 12 o'clock sale. So I had a cart, and I was telling my grandfather. Me and my grandfather went. He just passed away a week ago.
He was a big Star Wars collector, right?
One of the biggest Star Wars collectors you'll ever meet. This man had everything from the first figure to yesterday, to the day he died. And I forgot what I was gonna say.
Toys R Us, 12 o'clock.
Oh, right. So we went. Yeah, thank you.
This is
thank
why
you,
we
Jiminy
work well.
Cricket.
This is why we work well. We're like an old married couple.
Yes. So we get in. I got him a cart, and we're like 4 people behind everybody. Now they're just picking one cart off at the time, looking. So what I did was I pushed them to the side nicely, put the cart right there,
nicely.
And I just scooped them all out. Every single one I scooped out and put it in my cart. I took the cart. My grandfather gave me this look of like, what the hell? Went to the front of the store, and believe it or not, I had my own line wrapping around the store like a pigeon trying to get scraps because we went through everything and I made sure, we checked it off, this and that, and we got about 93% of the collection.
Wow.
Now, the mall, not Target, Toys R Us is on this side.
Yep.
Directly across from it is Kmart.
Yep.
So we did the Toys R Us thing. I think I'm just going to say there was 20 figures in the set. I think we got 16 out of the 20.
Wow.
I know it's a lot more than that. I'm just giving it off ballpark so people understand. So then we made the jump to Target, Kmart. Did the same thing. I just took everything off the shelves and put it in my cart. Again, a line forms because they, like vultures trying to get the scraps or whatnot. I got the 5 or 6 figures, completed the set, left the shopping cart there, and they were like piranhas, and it was sick. You see body parts, boxes. It was kind of hectic, but we got the whole collection in one night. No,
man.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's fun to go out and do. I want to hit real quick because we're coming up on like 45 minutes. we had a bunch of topics we want to cover tonight, but you know what? It was way cooler that we got comments and people that question. And this is what I enjoy. This is what hopefully we can continue to do week after week. The live stream that we're doing now is going to be converted to YouTube and to podcast form, from what I hear.
Yes. Doug's going to work on that.
Yep.
And if you missed this or you want to listen to it again, that's the place to go. Unless this particular program records and saves as well. I'm not sure. I have to look into it.
Same as me. Same thing. But we talked tonight. We wanted to mention Sheer on the Shelf, Ornaments. Not tonight, but we'll get into the DC Marvel, how you would have written that story, and also what Marvel/DC characters you'd like to see brought into the Motu universe. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I hit the wrong button. Let's say it again.
He's like, oh my God, that's perfect because that's exactly what Cassandra does to me. Hold on, you were talking.
I did, yeah. Sorry, bro.
No, you're cool. No. We were talking today about things to talk about, and you had mentioned DC Marvel. If we had a chance to write it as fans, how would we have written that story? And what characters DC/Marvel would we have brought into that universe?
Now, are you saying you want a DC Marvel team up versus Masters, or
no,
Masters versus DC, Masters versus Marvel?
Oh, all of it. But I think you and I. No, listen, don't laugh at me. You mentioned this earlier. Listen, as you're over there smoking your vape, you mentioned to me what DC/Marvel story would I write with Motu, right? That was
right.
All right. So what I came up with tonight at work, which when you said that really enthralled me, I'm going to do a comic page. I'm an illustrator. That's what I went to college for. That's what I've done my whole life. that really sparked an interest in me, and I come up with a great idea, which I thought of two characters that battle. It's going to be a one-page battle, and it's going to be Juggernaut versus Ram Man.
Ooh.
Yep.
You gotta use the 2000X Ram Man or the DC Ram Man.
I don't know yet, but when you said that, I have a page. Look, I got a little sketchbook. This is what I was doing at work when you were talking to me, and I was throwing these little pen sketches of this. They're terrible, but I'm going to illustrate a comic page: Juggernaut versus Ram Man. I don't know who's going to win yet, but I really want to see that mashup, that fight. Oh,
yeah, that would be sweet. But like,
you don't know that, Curtis. There's a comment here. Juggernaut would destroy Ramy. I don't know.
Curtis.
I don't know.
Come on, bro. All you got to do is take Juggernaut's helmet off, and he's vulnerable. You can knock him over the head with a punch. He's out like cold.
Yeah, Juggernaut is the unstoppable force. I don't know I know Ram Man is like. I got it envisioned in my head what I'm going to illustrate. So we'll see how it turns out.
I agree with you, JD. I agree with you, JD.
Hell yeah. Thanks.
Is that Smoking Joe Lenahan's? Yeah. Is that who that is?
Joe Carson, baby.
Yeah. That would be cool. I'd like to see that. But like I said, I'd like to see the more beefed up Ram Man, like in the 2000X or the newer cartoons and stuff like that. I don't think little Juggernaut from Filmation could even stand a chance against Juggernaut.
I picture it like this. When you first said that and I thought of it, I envisioned the Hulk versus Wolverine, that kind of scaling.
I got that comic somewhere, yeah.
So that's how I picture it. You know, Ram Man's this little guy, but the Juggernaut is this beast. So I'm going to illustrate it. I'm going to put it in a comic page. I'm going to ink it, and I'm going to color it, and I'm going to post it up on Masters of the Galaxy when I'm done. I'm a slow artist. Okay. I'm a slow artist. It's going to take me like 2 or 3 weeks. But it'll be well worth it, and I can't wait to do it.
Exactly. Perfection sometimes takes a lot of time. You want to do it right and look nice. You know, you got to do it the right way.
Joe says thanks for the shout out.
No problem, Smoking Joe. That's a really cool idea. I like that. I think it would work. You know, any of the crossovers are cool. I'm not a Superman fan. Unfortunately, that's how they were able to bring, Masters into DC World.
Yeah.
But again, I'm not a big fan of Superman.
Neither am I.
I would have wished to see He-Man really whoop his ass, but that never came to be. Who knows what the future holds? Maybe something good can happen.
Well, I got one more. I got 3 of them actually, but I'm going to put one more out after I do the Ram Man versus Juggernaut.
Okay.
And this is just stupid because I was just comparing characters from the Marvel world, DC world to Motu characters.
Okay.
What I could match up. So, Mr. Fantastic versus Squeeze. You got the long arms. Yeah. You got Mr. Fantastic that stretches.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
So
that's an equally matched.
Maybe. I don't know.
Mr. Fantastic will use probably state-of-the-art technology and weapons, too,
So he'll use
science. Who knows? Yeah, if it was just fists, I think it would go to the Snake Men all the way. The Snake Men, they're brutal, man. They fear nothing, and they're tough. They're tough.
Good shit, man.
They're tough cookies, those guys. But, yeah, I was really psyched for the new, well, it's not new, but the last Masters.
Curtis.
What happened?
Curtis threw up.
Swamp Thing versus Morrisman. That'd be pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
Jesus Christ, what was I saying, man?
New Masters?
Yeah, but it's gone. It'll come to me when I'm sleeping.
That's all right. I can keep talking shit. We mentioned also WaffleCon.
Yes, introduce a lot of people. We spoke briefly about it before we got disconnected the other day. The Waffle groups are going to have their own convention this year, boys and girls.
Absolutely.
I advise that if you're not only a He-Man collector, if you're a toy collector or you're into... I think some of the guys are really into Dungeons and Dragons, right?
We're into everything. But if you're part of the Waffle groups, Lucky Legends, Lord of Destruction Waffles, Most Powerful Waffles, and La Wheel. We've been doing this for about a year and a half, and what we've come up with is we want to get together and meet and have our own con. So we're going to do it in Kentucky at Lexington Comic-Con next March. We're still...
Not this March coming up, 18, right?
2018.
Okay.
David Carboca, the God Waffler, Aaron Johnson, and myself, the three wise men of waffles, as they call us. We're all going to be there. We're going to be there with, the 1,000+ members of the waffle groups and the great unboxing. This is extended out to Masters of the Galaxy. This is extended out to Motu Evolution. This is extended out to anybody who enjoys He-Man. We have fun in our groups, and we want to get together, and we want to put together our own con. So our friend Eric Glenn and Adam Wiles, Mr. Hebay.com. If you've ever seen him, he's always posting Hebay.com everywhere.
Yep.
I love him. He's my street team. So they're putting this together. We're getting a booth. We're getting hotels. We're all going to, Cassandra's going to be there. We're all going to be there. It's going to be fun. It's going to be dirty. It's going to be slithery.
They have a pool?
We don't have it buttoned down to the exact hotel yet, but we're getting booths. I don't know what we're saying yet. Booths. Like booths.
Oh, booths.
Booths.
Gotcha. Yeah, but aren't you, isn't it your con?
Oh, what do you
Isn't it the...
Yeah.
I threw a Pirate of the Caribbean thing on.
It's, well, there's a gentleman. The gentleman, Eric Glenn, is part of the waffle groups.
Yeah.
He came up with the idea. And like you said, we support. Doesn't matter because
Well, this has been in the works for a while as well, I believe, correct?
Yes, and like I said, the way our groups work, it doesn't matter that I'm the admin or I started the group. A member of the community said, hey, let's do this, and we're all supporting it because it's a great fucking idea. Choose the F word. So we have a page, WaffleCon 2018. Brian hopefully will be there. We're going to get Ozone out there.
I'm sleeping in the same room as you.
Exactly. If you sleep on my couch, I don't care. Cassandra and I will take the king bed. You take the couch.
Oh, Cassandra's coming? You got to get her authority then.
No, listen, you can wear earplugs. It's cool. I'm just kidding.
Jerk.
But check it out. Join one of the waffle pages. PM me. Brian will point you towards me. We'll all get there. I don't care if it's 5 or 500.
Guys, you guys out there listening, the conventions, the get-togethers are kind of essential. If you really want to be a part of the community, these are the places that put a face to and a voice to the people that are typing to you.
Yeah.
So it's very, to me, it's crucial and vital that you do these things because you finally meet the person in the flesh.
Yes.
And pretty much that's how you get to know the guy or girl, person, let's just say. There was plenty of people whom I met, and they were complete con artists. They didn't know a fucking thing, The most simplistic things, they had no clue, no idea. And I remember at He-Man, at PowerCon, somebody had a TV on showing the old Filmation cartoons. So I was sitting there watching it. This little boy was there watching it, and I don't know if it was his uncle, his father, or whatever, and he was like, oh, it's He-Man! And he was like saying something. He called somebody by the wrong name, and the little kid was like, no, that this is so-and-so. I forget, whatever. So we kind of put the old man in his place. It was pretty funny,
That's awesome.
And the kid was dressed up. He was, I believe he was Skeletor. He had a jacket on, so but I saw purple cape and stuff. So I believe he was supposed to be at least Skeletor or Keldor, one or the other. But guys, these cons, man, they're for you. They're for the fan. People. I'm just going to use PowerCon for an example. The people that run that, man, they do a terrific job, but there's so much work to get it going.
Yep.
Keep the ball rolling while it's on, and then making sure, it's cleaned up. Because if you trash or screw up the hotel, they're not going to welcome you next year.
No,
they're not going to want you to come back.
Hell no.
They know that especially like San Diego, when the cons are going on and all the hotels are booked, they know you're only there for a night or two a year. If you fuck up, man, boom, you're not coming back. You'll be blackballed. So, if you guys do these things, that's why it's always fun to stay out of the hotel room with everybody and enjoy the scenery, enjoy everything that's out there. With PowerCon, they did, they have, I believe they do like a viewing of something, but during the viewing, they're selling alcohol.
Yeah.
Mixed drinks, whatever, let's just take Kamikaze, for example. But they'll call it something Eternian.
Yeah. The old Eternian lager, potions of Eternia or something. Yeah.
Yeah. All the drinks and stuff are translated into an Eternian drink. It's a blast, man. It's fucking fun, man. I'm telling you, and even you got kids, bring them. There's so many kids that roam around. It's a lot of fun.
I can't wait.
And I'm telling you right now, the Four Horsemen planned me 2 years in a row that we were supposed to have an after party. And for the last 2 years, they came up short. So
the Four Horsemen?
I'm putting pressure on those suckers this year because I want a party.
Get a message out to them. Let's go. Let's party with the Four Horsemen.
No, without a doubt. And I told them, I said, F this. If we can't have a party in your room, let's just go to a strip joint or a bar. Well, I'm not one for strip joints, but I was just like a bar, strip joint, something, just to get the hell away from the mobs,
a community place. You get a hold of them, you set it up, and we'll invite everybody.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, That's what I like to do because at night there's not much to do because everything's closed down unless they're doing, Hall H is where they do all the movies and stuff, and then you go on a little, like when I snuck into the Star Wars panel a few years ago, you sit down and the guys come out in the movie, it's a panel, they ask questions, this and that, they show off some of the technology.
Yep.
Then they asked the audience, do you have any questions for the panel, which, people did. And then they made the announcement, we're taking a walk. I was like, all right. So
we're going with you.
We wound up, we wound up parading. We had stormtroopers on our sides,
awesome.
Like we were getting detained somewhere. We wound up at an outdoor movie theater, and they played, I think they played Rogue One, I believe. No, I'm sorry, not Rogue One. The Rogue One wasn't out yet. The new Star Wars Episode 9.
Yep.
They were playing.
Right, yeah.
They were doing some of that stuff.
That's awesome.
They handed out lightsabers that were like $25 to $30.
Wow.
It was really, 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 really cool the way they did it. It was a fireworks show. It was fun. It's funny, too, because the guys, I was sharing a room with 3 other guys, but the crew I was with was like 15, 20 people deep. And I was the only person that get to go into the Star Wars thing. So I was like, I'm not missing this, man. I can go drink.
Hell no, yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was a fun night. And then after that, they wanted to go out, I believe, downstairs in the hotel bar, and that's what we did,
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
So, it's some things, conventions can get really hectic and really annoying, but they're only as good as if what you put into it. Ah, I see that. So, would you get that at the flea market?
No. Cassandra got this for me. I'm gonna roll this into
a joint.
No, I'm sadly and positively, I haven't done drugs in probably 20 years, but that's good for me.
Yeah.
You, sir, you promised music in the promo. So not tonight.
I did not.
No. You said there will be music as well on the Facebook. I saw it. It's there. People can see it.
I did?
Yep.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe
it's not going to be tonight, but I'm going to get...
Oh, yeah. It's coming. It's coming down the line.
Yeah. Tonight's just a test. We're running Facebook Live podcast.
like I said, I'm almost done with the studio in the garage, so I'm gonna have to figure out the best way to transfer music on the iPod, whatever.
You have to get ready for Masters in Metal, because that's coming up. I'm gonna throw that out there. We're gonna do that. You're gonna participate. You're gonna be one of the masters, and there's gonna be metal.
See, now that is something that I wish we can do in tandem, and then we can record it.
We can. I'm getting a little savvy with the Facebook stuff, so I'll get a hold of you when we do that. For Masters in Metal.
Cool. All right, cool.
We are over the hour mark. Do you want to keep going, or do you want to?
Yeah, we can chit chat for some. Wow, it's a quarter after. Yeah, we can chit chat for another 15 minutes.
I'm just checking in. Like, this is outside of our normal podcast realm.
No, yeah. I didn't. Listen. Today is the first day in a long time that it just flew by. You know,
I know. Listen.
Real fast.
I'm like the mediator. I'm gonna throw it out there and tell you where we're at, what we're doing. I'm like the Andy on the Conan O'Brien show, you know? The little guy.
Oh, man. Pretty funny, man.
No, it's funny. I'm excited. Like you said, I went to my first Saratoga Comic-Con this year. We talked about that last week. It was like 20 bucks.
Who'd you go with?
It was all right.
Who'd you go with it?
I went with Cassandra.
No, who? That was it? Didn't you go with somebody else? I forgot who I was talking to. They said they went to a con with you.
No, it was just me.
Ah, Jesus Christ. I'm so bad. Me and
Cassandra.
I'm so bad.
No, you're good. I'm also checking my battery power. Hold on. Oh, I lost. No, I didn't lose.
Bye, bro. There you are.
No, I got you. My phone.
You had the most. You had the most stupidest face on. You got to go back and watch this later.
I can't wait to see. This is the fun of going live the first time on Facebook. Trying the podcast from here. Hopefully Doug can take it and transpose it to the YouTube and the podcast. I don't know. I'm excited. This is cool. It's nice to see the comments. Yeah, I know Hummel goes for 4 hours. Gibson. If you don't know who, Chris Hummel is the guy that does live auctions over at Motu Evolution.
Okay.
He also had mentioned coming over to Masters of the Galaxy and doing outside of Motu other toy lines too. So I told him, hey, get a hold.
Come on over.
I told him get a hold of Brian. Ask him.
Listen, your word is good, man.
Listen. I just mediate between groups. I say, hey.
You're my VP, man. I trust in what your decisions.
All right, man. I appreciate that. I really appreciate it. I appreciate.
Listen, it's not even I appreciate that you want to ask, but if somebody wants to step up and do something, more power to them. The center stage is yours. The spotlight is on you, and just have fun with it. You know, just keep in mind, it's negative rated R show. We don't go too bad.
Chris Hummel is a great guy. He's called the Candy Man. And he sends candy with his packages. He does these like 2-3 hour live auctions. He puts out the most amazing prices on vintage, like everything. Like he doesn't ask like.
So what the hell? Get his ass over here at MOTG. We need him.
He's more than welcome. Like I said, I wanted to ask you first.
Oh yeah. No. Listen, everybody's welcome.
I know that.
This. Look, I may be the creator or inventor, or I started this group, but it's not my group.
No,
No, besides that, though, this is the community's group. I know that. This is for I know you do. I know. And this is, I'm not territorial. I'm not like some people. Listen, you want to come here and post, and then you want to go post somewhere else, pal? This is America. You can do what you want. Just have fun doing it, and just keep respect for everybody. That's all I ask. You know?
That's why I love me some Brian Ozos.
Sometimes you may have to, what I do sometimes is I write stuff out so I know, A, not to miss it, and B, bite my tongue and not drop F-bombs or stuff like that, It's tough. I've been cursing, living in the streets since I was a young boy, man. So
I hear you.
It's second nature. Fuck comes out of I use it for an adverb, noun, pronoun, all that stuff. It's hard.
Yep.
So, but you're definitely welcome to come here. I would love whatever you want to do it. It would be great. Spread the word. Have your friends. Get the hell over here. Let's unite the community instead of fighting the community, because it's just someone's going to lose, and it's not going to be pretty, you know. It's something that should have been avoided.
Yep.
So
there's no, like you said, there's no reason to make it that way. There's no reason.
No, absolutely not.
To take the fun away from fans, members, admins. There's no reason for any of that.
It's funny. It's funny because before, when me and you were going in and out talking, I took a look at the roster, and we have people on a roster of all ages, all countries.
Oh, dude, everywhere.
And it's a good feeling, because if we weren't such a unified group with certain rules, I don't think we'd be as successful as we are, so to speak.
Yep.
Sometimes, cursing, you have to curse. You curse, I get it. I'm an
adult.
Happens. You
get
it.
It happens.
It happens. Emotions get the better of you, and it comes out.
Yep.
But to do it, to get noticed, I'm dead against that. I think that's complete bullshit. You don't need to, that. You're not going to get what you want by cursing and doing stuff like that. We're all men and women. We're not girls and boys.
He-Mans and She-Ras, baby.
Yeah, exactly. I honestly, I don't know what I would do if this property wasn't around right now, or if they pulled the plug tomorrow, it would suck. It would definitely suck.
Suck ass.
Especially knowing and seeing all the good stuff that was supposed to come out. Like, be honest with you, in December, when did I see, when I went to LA for someone's party or something like that, I believe. I believe it was Brian saying, stuff isn't right, this and that.
Flynn or?
When people as high as he does notices it and sees it, then there's a problem. And
correct.
Sometimes people need to swallow their egos to do the better for the people, not for yourself. You got to let go of that selfishness, and you'll enjoy it, and the fans will enjoy it.
No, man. I back everything, like you said, that you've mentioned. Like I said, that's why when you asked me to come on and, hey, you want to be part of the Masters of the Galaxy podcast, we had talked a few times. I checked through the website, saw your post, read what you were about, what you'd done, and I said, yeah, definitely. Would definitely like to come on. The first few weeks were a little shaky because, I travel a lot.
Oh, yeah, well, that's the thing. Sure, damn, you guys are still alive. I missed most of tonight.
Oh, we're still going.
Yeah, Cassandra. We're still rocking and rolling. Yeah, but, that's the thing. You kind of got to give it a try. You got to see what it's about, and it may not appeal to you overnight. Nope. It's got to grow on you. I get it. It's tough. It's tough. Like I said, I never in a million years, if 20 years ago when I was in high school, if you would have asked me to go in chat rooms and shit like this, I'd be like, no way.
No way.
No way. No way.
That's nerd shit.
Yeah, it's like, the fuck, these people stay on their computers all day? Like, get the hell out of here.
We got lives.
But in all honesty, I've met some really cool people over the years doing this. I met Joe Amato, I met you, countless people, man. Kay, it's insane the amount of people, cool people that I met. And then, like the Four Horsemen and Brian Flynn and all those guys I got to meet and hang out with. And it's a good feeling, man, when you can sit there and BS with the guys that are so involved with things. And, they drop hints here because they're not supposed to technically say certain things flat out. So they kind of leave you to make the conclusion.
Think about it,
you in the right way, so it's really cool. I'm really proud to be a part of this. And I really just wanted to keep going, and I I'm just really scared about the movie coming out, and it's a flop. That's the thing I'm scared of. And then, you know, Toys R Us won't carry the toys because they're not selling, and then we'll have to go to, you know, eBay or eBay or.
Hey, you said it.
Yeah, selfish promotions.
I appreciate it.
But you know, that's the thing, man. You got to go to all these other places to get the things. It's not fair to a collector like I am. I'm a completist. I want everything all the time. I want it all.
Yep.
You know, that's the thing with me. I need it all. If I don't have it all, the complete is incomplete. The set is incomplete, and I just throw it to the side. You know, I'm fortunate enough now to have, you know, a good job. I pay the bills, pay the mortgage, pay the car, the you know, all the shit.
Then collect.
And I still collect. And not only do I collect toys, but I collect guitars, I have music equipment, I'm building a music studio.
I can't wait to see.
You know, there's things, it just, as you grow up, I think it's better and easier for people to collect.
Hell yeah.
It's more, it's out there more in your face every day.
Oh.
And I see the community changing in a good way, but at the same time, right now, we're in a bad position because sometimes Mattel doesn't play pretty or fair.
No, definitely not.
With that being said, like the case ratios, you're gonna have, you know, whatever it is, 8, 10 figures. At least half of that is going to be Skeletor and He-Man in ridiculous outfits. You know, it just don't make sense.
Well, my phone's going to die in like 2%.
All right. So listen.
I'm not trying to cut you off. My phone's going to die. I don't have a place to plug it in right now.
All right. So wrap it up. Say your goodbyes, and we'll pick it up again next week. Or we'll pick it up in a day or two. We'll come back on.
We can come back anytime. That's a great thing. We'll talk this week.
Yeah.
We'll
come back on.
I want to thank you, Brian, for experimenting with this. It's cool to be live on Facebook.
That's what it is, man.
I want to thank Dirt if he can transpose this into the YouTube. I want to thank Lucky Legends, Lord of Destruction, Most Powerful Waffles, Masters of the Galaxy, Most Powerful Auctions, The Great Unboxing, She-Ra on the Show, all that bullshit.
Yep. And then some.
That's for it for me. I'm The Miz. I am apparently Paul McCartney to the John Lennon. I'm okay with that. I love what you represent, what you stand for, and I'll always back you up because, like I said, you're a man of the community, you're a man of the people, and that's what I represent. It's the community, it's the people, it's what makes Motu relevant and what betters everybody and benefits us all. So, Brian, take us out, brother.
Well, that's what we are, man. We're a band of brothers in arms, you know? So, all right. I want to thank, first and foremost, I want to thank the viewers, the listeners, the people involved on the Masters of the Galaxy page. I want to thank the people involved in the waffle groups. Keep it going, man. They do great things. It's amazing with what they do for you guys that have to catch up on collecting or they get an obscure item.
We have fun.
You know, yeah. Miz, thanks again.
Hey, man, thank you.
This is the last week we're thanking each other because you're a fixture now. So this bullshit has got to end.
It ends this week.
We'll
stop stroking each other off.
I want to thank Doug and PCN, PopCultureNetwork.com. Shout out to HeManWorld.com, He-Man.org for doing what they do. Besides the Facebook groups and stuff like that, and the podcasts, they're doing their part. Guys, I just want to, just leave with one thing, man. Just if you have anything to do with any other Facebook pages or websites and whatnot, let's try to do maybe in the future like an interaction. One day we'll maybe do something together. Bring the fans together. Let the fans know that there's more than just yours out there. We're as passionate as you, maybe a lot more passionate than you, or vice versa. But I don't see a need for any arguments, fighting, or anything like that between the groups. We're not children. We're adults, and we're gonna, if there's a problem, check out the hook while my DJ
revolves it.
But no, maybe sit down or do FaceTime and resolve it like men, women.
Yeah.
Again, we're not children. We need to act like men and women, not bratty little kids. So with that being said, again, and also just want to thank the all-encompassing Facebook page. I got my boy over there running it, Apollo. Oh, yeah. And that's about it for this week, boys and girls. So I just want to say, rock on, man. Until